Hi, Rod Kane here, and once again I want to talk about my favorite ancient medieval miniatures game, Triumph. Today I'm kind of testing out a camera angle that we used in the recent video, Later Crusader versus Egyptian Mamluk, and I wasn't happy with the clarity through the Zoom meeting, so I'm trying a different setup. And I'm using this as an example also to talk about some terrain pieces and size. We did a terrain review and talked about terrain in Triumph in a separate video. On page 7, there's a chart that shows the min-max sizes or recommendations for what we call ordinary and edge pieces. And there's small ordinary pieces, and then there's large ordinary pieces, and small edge pieces and large edge pieces. So I came up with, these are my Mark II gauges, Mark II design. So these are edge piece gauges, and then these are the ordinary piece gauges. So this is your small ordinary terrain gauge. There's a circle that shows the minimum diameter for a piece, and then the rectangle roughly covers the maximum dimensions of a piece. So for example, this piece here, this hill, this would be considered a small ordinary piece of terrain if it's inside of this rectangle. This piece here is approaching the minimum size for a hill because it just covers the center hole. Same thing for this one, just covers the center hole, and these are minimum pieces. Now if I get outside of this terrain piece, so like this piece of forest here, now I have to go to the next size up. So this piece is now qualifies as a large ordinary piece. And so if you remember right from the terrain deployment, you're limited on how many large pieces you can have inside of your terrain selection. So when you select 3 or 4 pieces, you don't have a limited number of large ones, no more than half. You can also have edge pieces. We talked about that. So an edge piece, small edge piece would look like this. And of course it has to go on those edge positions on the terrain cards. And then for the larger one, if you want to represent a hill that's basically sticking or jutting out onto the battlefield, this would be the large edge piece. So I just wanted to show these new gauges because I kind of like the design. I think I'm happy with the final version. Obviously, these are laser cut. You can make them out of cardboard, or if you have a wood shop, you can cut them out of wood like these. They're really handy for quick gauges for making terrain and for checking terrain when you're sitting down to play in like a tournament event. I also have my Egyptian and Sea People out because I wanted to see how they look in the video and get some feedback. This is a little bit different capture software process, and I'm not going through Zoom. So I was thinking about maybe playing out the Egyptian versus Sea People battle on this setup and seeing how people like it. So if you could, let me know if you find these clear, and if you like the imagery and you want to see the Egyptians fight the Sea People, we'll set that battle up next. So once again, my name is Rod Kane. The game is called Triumph, and I do appreciate you watching.